I'm going to tell you Aaron's story. Aaron is slightly older than Harry, but has been on quite a journey. So Aaron is now in year 10. He came to us in year 9, and that's after being in a school that was so inclusive and had so many strategies. They put in resources. There couldn't have been more that could have supported him. But he wouldn't engage. Not only would he not engage, he was getting himself excluded time and again. And the exclusions got more and more serious. He was assaulting people. He was setting up fights so people could get assaulted and stepping back and enjoying, in his words, enjoying the action. He was going to lessons. However, those lessons weren't actually his lessons. He was going to other people's lessons and disrupting them instead. That was far more fun. He wasn't going to his own lessons. He had a couple of managed moves. The first managed move failed dramatically because he wouldn't even go to the meeting. So we tried another one, and he went to that one. But he, again, was more interested in finding out what was going on in other people's lessons. So that failed. And it's not because the other schools didn't have the right programs. He wasn't ready, but there was something else needed. So he came to us in year 9, and let's just say we didn't have the same disruption, even though he's got ASD and ADHD, allegedly. He does the world's best impression of a hibernating bear because he likes to sleep. I've seen him sleep at his desk. I've seen him sleep on the sofa. We're in a crew, we have many sofas. I've seen him actually fall asleep leaning against a wall. And he's tried a couple of times to go to sleep in the toilet, but the other kids weren't having that. So he'd sleep. So for the whole of year 9, despite our best efforts, he would sleep. And when he was awake, he would just be abusive. So we were getting nowhere fast. The whole of year 9, I don't think I ever had a proper conversation with Aaron. And he's, you look at them and he looks like a gentle soul, but like as all of them, when he goes, he goes. And we were sort of getting to a bit of desperation of what are we going to do, because we're not getting anywhere. And then kindly, because Mrs. Elvin does always think of the crew, because she knows how often people don't think of the crew, we were also invited to take part in the Healing Together programme. So we got the call and we were told about healing hands, and that's what we thought about with Aaron. So let me just explain why we chose him. Aaron's had a tough life. Aaron has witnessed domestic violence. He's been a victim of domestic violence from a very young age. Aaron's biological father was married to his mum for several years, and throughout that time, she was a victim, and as was he. But it's taken till now for mum to admit it. Mum was more comfortable getting a diagnosis of ASD and ADHD, which we all know present like trauma. So mum finally got the courage, and off dad went, and all was looking much better, and mum then found another man. Now this other man, she married, and Aaron adored him. And the reason he adored him, it was because he said his stepdad treats him like the son he'd always wanted to be. Now that phrase has come out directly from doing this programme, and he just volunteered that. But unfortunately, his world was turned upside down when stepdad was sent to prison for 3 years. And mum didn't tell Aaron why. Now, as we know, social media, the internet, it doesn't take long to find out why somebody's gone to prison. And just as he was being prepared to be released, Aaron found out why he was in. And the way he described it was disgusting. He's a weirdo. But again, whilst we weren't trying to explore any of what's gone on, this was him volunteering. Now, let me remind you, this is where he spent a year sleeping. And he said, I really love my stepdad, but I don't think I should, because does that make me disgusting and a weirdo? So he's dealing with this conflict of somebody who he really did treat him like a son. So he's been through an awful lot. And the way he's done it is to deflect, like they all do, through sleep and through disruption. That was the easiest way to deal with his feelings. So fast forward to Gemma, one of my facilitators. I have 2 facilitators, and I'll talk about how I chose them once I finished Alan's story. Gemma was all for doing the course. She was up for it. She was really keen, and straight away on the first day of the course, she spotted something, and she spotted some of the signs that the training was saying you need to look for. I'm just going to read these though, because this is Gemma's writing. Gemma's words, my writing. Constantly tired or complaining of illness, shutting down, being aggressive when staff woke him up, feeling of sickness in unfamiliar places, constantly going to the toilet, using jokes to deflect, sometimes inappropriate times, inappropriate places, seeking physical contact. He liked to shake hands, but then quickly withdrawing. He would complain of feeling cold. He wouldn't eat. His diet consists of what I called a white diet. It was bland, it was chicken, it was potato, it was he wouldn't try anything new, fearful of anything new. Ironically, the thing that she picked up on clearly was one set phrase, and that was goes to the toilet a lot. And that's what made her think, I'm going to work with Aaron. So they've been doing the sessions, and 6 sessions. It's with everything else we do as well. This is not a standalone. For this to work, I'm passionate. It has to be at the heart of everything else, along with trauma-informed, growth mindset, everything else. So they've done the sessions, and for his sessions, they were looking at developing skills to emotionally regulate, to recognise your signs, to come up with plans, to have goals. And he had 2 goals, a short-term goal and a long-term goal. So, short term, I'm reading this now because this has come directly with his permission from Aaron. So the first thing he wanted to do was develop a couple of coping strategies that then he could go to, his go-to strategies. And then in the long term, to be able to improve his regulation, reduce the symptoms of trauma-related impact. This is what he wanted. So where are we? What's the impact on Aaron so far? Before the programme, he would walk the long way home from school to avoid seeing people he knew. Now, he arranges to meet friends outside of school to walk home or to go to their house. Previously, he would become anxious. He wouldn't walk past other schools. We've got a college right next door. He'd go all the way round the long way. Now, he walks fine, wherever, no problem. He wouldn't interact with staff. Any staff that didn't work closely with him, he had no interest in whatsoever, and it was very difficult. He barely interacted with me. It was just a couple of staff in the department. Now, he's brought his guitar in, and he's sung songs that he's composed to us. He's now one of our quiz masters for our Friday quiz, which, believe me, when you've got a group of very competitive people, is not an easy job. And I'm talking about myself there. He's actually, for Christmas, got his mum to buy him a sparkly jacket, so when he hosts a Christmas quiz, he's got the right attire to wear. The verbal abuse has completely reduced. If he swears now, it's accidental rather than direct. He still likes a kip. Monday was definitely a bear in hibernation day, there's no doubt. But he's not sleeping as much. And because he's not sleeping as much, he's engaging in learning. And he's starting to plan for the future. He's started to work on qualifications. He used to struggle with his own body, the symptoms of that trauma. He didn't recognise it. So when he felt ill, he thought he was really ill. Now he's recognising those symptoms, and he'll actually verbalise it. My body aches, my eyebrows ache. Those are signs of when he's feeling stressed. And what's really lovely is he's now not on a white food diet. He's tried curry. 2 months ago, he's 14 years old, he tried bacon for the first time. And he's engaging in our cookery lessons now. Now, I'm not saying, it would be unfair to say this is all because of the programme. The programme has helped us steer him in the right direction from a base of a very in trauma, like Bryn-headed trauma-informed school. But it is definitely changing his life. But I'm genuinely astounded by the impact it's had on this one pupil. And I've always said throughout my teaching career, if I can make a difference to one pupil, then I've done my job. So let's go back to Aaron. When I was leaving yesterday, he saw my suitcase and he said, "Oh, where are you going?" I said, "I'm going to Cardiff." "What are you going there for?" "Oh, well, I'm going to tell your story," which he's given me permission to do. "Oh, they are then. Are you going to tell him that I can play the guitar?" "Yes." "Are you going to tell him about me eating bacon?" "Yes." And then this is where it changed. "Are we going to feed you?" "Yes." "When are you coming back?" "I'll see you on Monday." "Oh, are they going to have somewhere for you to sleep?" This boy didn't speak to me a year ago. And then he said, "Just tell them if they want to be part of my quiz, they know where to find me." So that's Aaron, and that's this programme. And as Gerard said, it's difficult times in schools. Being an inclusion officer, I know how difficult it is, because I'm the person on the other end of the phone when schools say, "What can we do? What can we do?" If we can do this, there'll be some more children who won't end up in a PRU or worse. Thank you very much.